Bugs Library. I'm Linda, and or welcome back if you've been here before. So we have a couple of arcs today, Forgetting to Remember and The Wartime Vet. So I'm going to go into both of those in a second. But first, I thought I'd tell you a little bit of news. Um, so after Oliver and Sebastian passed away, it was very lonely here in the apartment. Just a wonderful husband and I, and there's so many cats out there that need homes, so many cats and dogs. But a dog was a little more than we thought we could take on. We are allowed small dogs, but I have some mobility issues and I just got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So there's a lot of things, right? Or they think I have fibromyalgia anyway. And so I thought that was a little too much, but we did end up adopting a cat. So he's totally different in every way. He's long haired. He's white. I've never had a white cat before, which probably I should have thought that through because most of my clothes are black, but too late now. And his name's Dudley. And he was just zooming around the apartment here, so I don't know if I can get him to come over so I can give you a peek. But let's see. Dudley, Dudley, come here. Psst, psst, psst. He says no. I see other things that are more interesting than you. So, but if he wanders this way, I'll pick him up and show you. So in the meantime, Forgetting to Remember. So this one's by M.J. Rose, and it was one of the few time travel books I've read, and I thought it was really well done, and it didn't like I'm always afraid with a time travel book that it's I guess that's I'm just afraid it's going to go back and forth so much that I'm not going to know what time we're in, and I mean it can either be done really well or it can not be done really well. But this one was great. So thank you to NetGalley, the author and the publisher. And this one was about Janine Kaycroft, I think, or Maycroft. Her name was Janine Maycroft, and she works at a museum, and she's the keeper of metalworks. So she does. It's like an art museum. They've got paintings. They've got all kinds of things, and she's been running it during the war and has been running that section of it. So her boss calls her in and says that the other person that was kind of um, in charge before, or was going to be in charge of that spot before he went to war, he's coming home, and it's still back in the day where they'd. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but the cat's running back and forth. So he's coming back, and because it's still back in the 1940s, basically it's if he comes home from the war, he gets your job. He gets the job that he would have had if he hadn't left. So she's not happy with that. She has worked really hard for this job. She kind of thinks the other guy's not very nice to begin with. She thinks that he was trying to get her fired before he left. So she doesn't have a very strong, high opinion of him. So anyway, he's coming back, and so she doesn't want to give up her position. So finally, once the guy's back, their boss says, "Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have a contest. Valentine's is coming. I want you to make some kind of a spectacular exhibit." And then you'll be judged on like how many people go, and I don't know. There was a bunch of other things that they had to do. So she agrees to that, and so does he. So she has to go into the basement and she's looking to see what she can put in this exhibit. And she finds these things called lover's eyes, or I think they called them something else too. Something eyes, anyway. So basically, I guess back in the 1800s, there would be, they would take a painter would take a painting of your eye and then put it in like a brooch or something, and you would give it to whoever you were in love with. But a lot of times it was someone you weren't supposed to be in love with, and the point of having the eye was that nobody could actually identify them. So I guess people did it if they were having an affair. There was a lot of different things. So, sorry. Anyway, it goes on from there, and she finds herself back in time, and for various reasons, and so it's going between the two time periods. So the time period when the lover's eyes were first created, and then the time period of 1947. So anyway, great story. The characters in it were really well written. You could definitely tell the difference between what was going on in 1947 and what was going on back in, say, 1847. I can't say the exact date, but roughly there. So really liked the characterization. I liked the settings. It was a little, at times it was not spooky, but gave you that little eerie feeling of, oh, what's going to happen? And uh, and then other times it was very sweet and a little mystical. It was kind of a combination of everything. So there was some romance, there was some magic, there was a little bit of a history lesson in there. There was a bit of everything. So really did enjoy it. I would give it. Yeah, I would give it 5 out of 5 because I'm still thinking about it, and even after I finished it, and I think because of all the layers to it, I think I'm going to be thinking about it for quite a while, and wouldn't mind reading something of that person's again because uh, it was all, and I think I kind of delve into the history part of it too because I'm kind of nerdy like that. So, so I would probably kind of, I'll end up looking up these lovers' eyes and some of the artist names and things, and just seeing it from that side as well. So, yeah, I thought it was great. So the next one was called The Wartime Vet, and apparently it's number 3 of a series called A Village at War, and it's by Ellie Curzon. And this one took place in a little town called Bramble Heath. And the vet that's there, her name is Laura, and she has come from Coventry, where there had been a lot of bombings and things, and she saw a lot of bad things. And so she decided to move out to this place, and instead of taking care of people's cats and dogs, she's going to take care of like farm animals and things because that's what's helping to keep everybody fed. And she feels that that's important. So she goes there, but the guy she's working with, he hires her to work in his vet business, but she's a full vet, and he treats her as though she's just some silly girl, and doesn't have any respect for her. And so things start happening in the village, and she realizes that some of the animals are being poisoned. And so she's trying to solve that mystery all the time. Her boss is trying to just pass it off. And it kind of goes on from there. I won't give too much of the plot away, but she ends up having to reach out and get some more help. So it was really good, and another one of these ones where it had a little bit of everything. It had some mystery, it had a romance, it had the historical aspect, and the characters in the village were great. You get to know quite a few of them throughout the story, and I don't know if it's since I haven't read the other ones that came before it, I don't know if they take place in the same place or if they're in different spots, but it was excellent. And so with the different people, some of them are very likable, some of them are not. And, you get a sense of, her being a young woman and staying in this, kind of boarding house area. And the woman that she has there kind of looking after things and the kids. And, you can picture yourself in this little town. So, yeah, it was very sweet, and again, I'm sure I would read more of this person's. I've never read anything by her before, but now I want to go back and look at the Village and War, the other two that came before this, and she might even have one after this. I don't know. I don't think so because this one just came out, but you never know. So the first one, Forgetting to Remember, came out the end of March. I'm a little behind. And the Wartime Vet, I believe, came out April 4th, somewhere around there. So I think they're both out now. So if you decide you want to check them out, you should be able to find them just about anywhere. And with the Wartime Vet, that one actually, trying to think. Yeah, both of those were from NetGalley. So thank you to NetGalley for both of those, and again to the authors and the publishers. And I appreciate so much that NetGalley and Book Sirens and places like that exist. It makes it so much easier to kind of find something you want, and to follow the people that you really like and be able to find their book the moment it comes out. And so I really appreciate all they do. So. And no, this is not sponsored by anybody. I just do. I just appreciate them. So let me see before I go if I can get Dudley to make an appearance here. Dudley! Psst, psst, psst. The first night he was here, we didn't sleep at all. It was like having a new baby in the house. He was up, he was down, he was, meowing, and then he was back, and so it's been it's been an adjustment. We're used to having senior cats, and that were with us for there he is, with us for a long time. Come here, Dudley. There you go. You can make your appearance. So as you can see, he's a very handsome boy and very fluffy. So he's a sweetheart, and he's certainly brought a little life back into the house. So that's nice. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great day, and I will get this uploaded. And I have, yeah, I'm still sleep deprived. So, so I don't know where I was going with that, but all right. I hope you have a great day, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.